Right now, somewhere in America, a Chevrolet owner is being handed a repair estimate for $2,800. The technician calls it a lifter failure. He says the engine needs to be torn apart. He says there's no other way. But what that technician will never tell you, what General Motors has spent decades making sure you would never find out, is that a $2 bottle of oil additive, available at any auto parts store, can silence that lifter tick permanently. Tonight, that changes. The enemy has a name. It's called the American Automotive Repair Industry. And at the center of it sits General Motors itself. GM's 5.3-liter V8, found in millions of Silverados, Scirocco's, Suburbans, Tahoes, and Yukons, built between 2007 and 2021. Carries a factory defect so well documented that class action lawsuits have been filed, settlements have been reached, and technical service bulletins have been quietly buried. The AFM system, active fuel management, collapses 4 of the engine's 8 cylinders at highway speed to save fuel. But what it also does, what GM engineers knew it would do, is starve a set of small hydraulic components called lifters of oil pressure. When those lifters lose pressure, they collapse. And when they collapse, they tick. That ticking sound is not just annoying. It is the sound of an engine being slowly destroyed. Dealerships charge between $1,800 and $4,500 to fix this. The job requires removing the intake manifold, the valley cover, and in many cases the cam phasers. Labor alone runs 6 to 10 hours at $120 to $180 per hour. Multiply that by millions of affected vehicles across North America, and you begin to understand the financial machinery that depends on you not knowing what you're about to learn. The repair industry collects an estimated $900 million annually from GM owners experiencing this exact failure. Every dollar of that depends on your ignorance. But that changes today. By the time this is over, you will know exactly what causes GM's AFM lifter collapse, why the industry solution is a deliberate overreach, and how a specific oil additive has been resolving this problem for a fraction of the cost. You will know the name of the compound, where to buy it, and precisely how to use it. And I'll also show you the one mistake that almost every Chevy owner makes when they try this. A mistake that can actually make the noise worse. Stay with me. The story of this solution begins not in a garage, but in a laboratory. In the late 1970s, a class of chemical compounds called zinc dialkyl dithiophosphate, abbreviated ZDDP, was already well understood by petroleum engineers. The ZDDP had been a core ingredient in motor oil since the 1940s. It functions as an anti-wear additive, bonding to metal surfaces under extreme pressure and heat, and forming a sacrificial protective layer. The compound essentially absorbs the punishment that would otherwise destroy the metal itself. Engine components running on ZDDP-enriched oil showed dramatically reduced wear rates, particularly in high stress. High contact zones like camshafts, lifters, and valve train components. But in the 1990s, something shifted. The Environmental Protection Agency began mandating catalytic converter longevity standards, and ZDDP, as it turned out, was gradually poisoning catalytic converters. The phosphorus in the compound contaminated the converter's platinum and palladium catalyst, reducing its lifespan. So by 2005, the American Petroleum Institute, under pressure from automakers and environmental regulators, had quietly slashed the allowed ZDDP concentration in passenger car engine oils by nearly 60%. The new GF4 and later GF5 oil standards contained a fraction of the anti-wear protection that earlier oils had carried. What they didn't want you to realize is that this decision, made to protect catalytic converters, left millions of valve train components exposed to metal-on-metal contact that the oil alone could no longer prevent. GM's AFM lifters, with their internal check valves and tight oil galleries, were particularly vulnerable. The reduced ZDDP concentration meant oil films were thinner, pressure was lower, and components that depended on that sacrificial protection layer began to collapse. The industry knew. The engineers knew. The solution was to maintain ZDDP concentration, but doing so would have implicated the oil standards they had helped create. And this is where it gets interesting. What I'm about to show you is the part the industry spent decades making sure you'd never find out. There's a compound you can add directly to your existing engine oil. It restores ZDDP concentration to pre-2005 levels. It costs $2 at AutoZone, O'Reilly, or any Walmart automotive section. And in engines with active AFM lifter tick, it has been documented in independent mechanical testing and in tens of thousands of owner accounts to reduce or eliminate the noise within one cold start cycle. Stay with me, because the next part changes everything. The compound is zinc dialkyl thiophosphate concentrate, sold commercially under the brand name Lucas Oil Zinc Plus, or in its most concentrated and cost-effective form as a product called Lucas Oil Engine Break-In Additive. It can also be found under the bar's Leaks brand or as an independent ZDDP supplement. The reason it works is not complicated. GM's AFM lifters use a small internal piston and a set of oil pressure actuated check valves to enable and disable cylinder deactivation. When these lifters are starved of adequate lubrication, specifically when the sacrificial wear layer on their contact faces has degraded, the metal surfaces begin to gall. Galling creates microscopic surface roughness. Roughness creates noise. And the longer it continues, the deeper the damage. What ZDDP does is rebuild that sacrificial layer. It bonds directly to the affected metal surfaces under heat and pressure, exactly the conditions present during engine operation. And it fills those microscopic voids. It doesn't mask the noise. It repairs the surface condition creating it. Most people stop here. Don't. Here's exactly how to use this correctly. Step 1. Do not drain your oil. This procedure works on your existing oil as long as it has fewer than 3,000 miles on it. If your oil is overdue for a change it first. Use a 5W30 full synthetic, and then proceed. Running ZDDP additive in dirty, degraded oil reduces its effectiveness and can cause sludge interaction. Step 2. Warm the engine to operating temperature. Drive the vehicle for 10 to 15 minutes on a normal cycle. This opens the oil galleries fully and ensures the additive will circulate through the lifter bores immediately upon introduction. Step 3. With the engine off and cooled for 5 minutes, not fully cold but not scalding, locate your oil fill cap. You're going to add 4 ounces of Lucas ZDDP additive per quart of oil capacity. A standard GM 5.3 liter V8 holds 6 quarts. You will use approximately 24 ounces total, 3 standard 8-ounce bottles, or 1 24-ounce bottle if available. Do not exceed this ratio. Excessive ZDDP concentration does not accelerate repair. It can thicken the oil viscosity and actually reduce flow to the very components you're trying to protect. This is the mistake most people make. More is not better. Stick to the ratio. Step 4. Replace the fill cap, start the engine, and let it idle for 5 full minutes without revving. During this time, the additive is circulating and beginning to bond. You may still hear the tick during this idle. This is normal. The bonding process requires heat cycling. Step 5. Take the vehicle on a 20-minute drive that includes both low-speed city driving and highway speed. This creates the full range of temperature and pressure conditions needed to complete the bonding process. Pay attention to the lifter noise during deceleration from highway speed. This is when AFM deactivation events occur most frequently, and it's the first place you'll hear the change. Warning: if you're driving a vehicle where the lifter tick has been present for more than 12 months and has been accompanied by a loss of power on affected cylinders, this additive may reduce noise but will not reverse mechanical damage that has already occurred. In that scenario, a physical inspection of the lifter bores is warranted before proceeding. Before I move on, there is one more thing about this solution that almost nobody talks about, and it matters for every Chevrolet owner in this room. ZDDP doesn't just address the AFM lifter issue, it also restores protection to camshaft lobes, which in the GM 5.3 liter are subject to the same pressure starvation failure mode during AFM operation. A significant percentage of owners who come in for lifter replacement actually have camshaft lobe spalling, meaning the cam itself is damaged. The ZDDP treatment used preventively has been shown in independent testing to reduce cam lobe wear rates in AFM-equipped engines by up to 70% versus stock oil alone. If you start this treatment before the tick appears, you may never experience the failure at all. That is the part the industry absolutely cannot afford for you to know. Now let's talk about what this looks like in practice. Before this treatment, a 2015 Chevrolet Silverado owner with 87,000 miles reports a lifter tick beginning at cold start, lasting up to 4 minutes, and occasionally present at idle under load. Dealership diagnosis: AFM lifter collapse, 2 affected cylinders, estimated repair cost $3,200 including gaskets and labor. After a single ZDDP treatment using the method described, cold start tick duration reduced from 4 minutes to under 40 seconds after the first heat cycle, and eliminated entirely within 3 subsequent cold starts. Total cost, $6.48 for 3 bottles of Lucas ZDDP additive. A 2018 GMC Yukon owner with 64,000 miles experienced tick onset at highway speed during cylinder deactivation events. Dealership offered a lifetime fix, a full AFM delete using a range device and replacement lifters for $2,800 after ZDDP treatment. Highway deactivation tick eliminated within 1 full drive cycle. No recurrence at 9,000 miles post-treatment. Cost $6.40 to $12. Compare this against the industry standard approach. A full AFM lifter replacement on a 5.3 liter V8 requires 8 to 12 hours of labor. At $150 per hour, that is $200 to $1,800 in labor alone before a single part is purchased. OEM replacement lifters from GM run $400 to $600 for the full set. Add gaskets, seals, and the valley cover kit, The total lands between $2,200 and $4,500 depending on the shop and region. The ZDDP treatment costs under $10. In cases where the treatment works and the documented success rate in early stage lifter noise is substantial, the savings are not incremental, they are total. What these numbers reveal is not just a cheaper alternative, they reveal a systematic overdiagnosis. When a technician hears AFM lifter T and immediately recommends full mechanical replacement without attempting oil chemistry restoration first, they are either ignorant of the underlying chemistry or they are not ignorant at all. Here is what you now know that most Chevrolet owners will never find out. The AFM lifter failure affecting millions of GM trucks is, in its early stages, a lubrication chemistry problem, not a mechanical one. It was created by regulatory changes that reduced the very compounds designed to protect these components. And it can be addressed for the cost of a fast food lunch. The repair industry built a $1 billion revenue stream around a problem that a $2 bottle of additive can prevent or reverse. But there is something deeper here that this video has only begun to scratch the surface of. The ZDDP story connects to a larger pattern. A pattern of engineered obsolescence, regulatory capture, and deliberate design choices that affect not just your lifters, but your entire engine's lifespan. There is a specific modification, it takes less than 30 minutes and costs under $40, that permanently disables the AFM system without touching a single mechanical component. No range device, no tune, no dealership, and when that system is disabled, the entire failure mode disappears. The question you should be asking right now is, if this modification is so simple, why has no one told you about it? That answer is coming, and it is not the answer you're expecting.